All right, now what we'll do is we're going to build on top of what we've already done and just sort of code out from there. Okay, so we've got this filter working, we've got that admin page, and now what I want to do is say on this, we can do it in here, but I think I want to omit this. No, maybe this is all right. I guess we can do it here. Let me think for a second. No, I think what I'm going to change this. Let's do it like this. Let's create a new file, a new JSP file called index.jsp. And I'm going to delete this index.html. We're not going to use that anymore. You know what? Let me cancel that. I want to explain about this. The filter, you cannot put a filter in front of that index.html file. Let me show that to you. Actually, I'm going to show that to you. Here's the index.jsp. All right, I'm index.jsp. This is index.html. I'm index.html. And if we go into the configuration, we can add. We're talking more about filters here, but that's all right. Here's the filter mapping. This is the admin filter. This forces us to be an admin user. And I think what I'm going to do here is let's do another filter. Let's have a filter that's going to require the user to be logged in. Not an admin user, but an ordinary user. So I'm going to call that the index.jsp filter. All right. So that's the index.jsp filter. And let's restrict access to index.jsp. There it is. There's index.jsp, index.jsp. So, and this index.jsp, we don't have to be admin to access index.jsp, but we have to be logged in. All right. Well, let's get that code done. And it's going to be similar to this one, so I'm going to make a copy. And this is going to be called the index.jsp filter. There it is. So this index.jsp filter, it's similar. If we're not logged in, then we're going to be redirected to the login page. Oh, this return is not needed at this point. I can see that. We're not going to check for admin. But we do want to process that the chain, so we'll just have our end right there. All right. So if we're not logged in, we redirect to the login page. Otherwise, we allow the request to come through. Let's check that. I'm going to restart the server. All right, this is the regular index. No, this is index.html, right? It's index.html. The other one, by the way, was the cached page. So if I hit refresh, that's going to disappear. Okay, that's the cached version. And then here's index.jsp. What's going to happen when I hit enter? I will be sent to the login page because we put that filter in front of there. Right? Oh, let's already be logged in. See, I'm already logged in. That's the problem. We need to log out. See? Now I can't get there. This is index.jsp. And let me just make a little HTML here for that. And this is index.jsp. This is admin.jsp. I would also like, this is index.html. Okay, I think that's good enough right there. And, all right. Let's see, does that go through? Oops, Indy. And there it is. So if I try to go to index.jsp, I have to log in, right? So let me go to index.jsp. If I log in, this time I'm not going to be assigned administrator. There I am. Now I can access it. And then log out. We need to get a log out functionality in there pretty soon, so I'm going to get that. All right, so that's how that works. Now, notice this. If we wanted to also require logged inness to access the index.html file, we can add that URL pattern in there. See that? So now both of these patterns will, the request for both of those, requests that match both of those patterns will be passed through this filter. Well, but not actually. Actually, it won't work, and I'll explain why. See, we're not hitting the filter. We can get in there, even though we're not logged in. See, not logged in. That's because this is a static resource. And in Google App Engine, static resources by default are served from Google's Content Delivery Network, their CDN. So that's a system that our code is not running on. So the static resource index.html is a resource, it's a file that we don't generate programmatically. It's a file in the file system. That resource is being served from servers where our application is not running. In other words, from servers where our filter is not running. So those are public resources. If we want to make it non-public, we have to modify this file. This is the App Engine -webxml file here. And then we need to add some configuration in there. And I don't remember how to do it, so I would have to look that up. But basically, you could say, you know, exclude index.html from the Content Delivery Network and serve it from the web application servers. All right? That means now if I put that configuration in there, the filter will now start to work. I don't know exactly how. I believe there's a negative implication there. There's a negative result, and that is that this index.html is served out of the file system. Index.jsp is served from memory. So that's a file that's loaded, it's translated, it's compiled, it's memory resident. When a request comes in for index.jsp, it's serviced very quickly. Probably when a request comes in for index.html, it results in a read from the file system, which is going to be very wasteful. So I don't recommend this approach. So if you want to put a filter on a resource, obviously if you want to put a filter, you want to protect, say, an image, you'll have to do it like this. But an HTML file, just turn it into a JSP file, and don't use static HTML. So this has no effect without doing that extra configuration to tell index.html to be to not get distributed to the CDN. I'll take that off. I could demonstrate that, but we need to get on to Ajax at this point, so I'm not gonna do that. Should I pause the video now? Break it up? That makes sense. Let me do that before I get into Ajax. This was kind of an additional